Lesson 30 is going to continue on with multiplying polynomials. Today you won't be multiplying a monomial into a polynomial. You'll be actually taking two binomials, or a binomial and a trinomial, or a trinomial into a trinomial, and multiplying them. So we use this FOIL method. The FOIL method right here, it stands for first, outer, inner, last. It gives us a general example right here of what's basically happening. And again, draw your arrows in to show that everything is getting distributed. So in this first example, our first, you're going to multiply your first terms, 2x and x, that's your first, so we would get 2x squared. Then you'd go ahead and multiply your outer, 2x into 5, which would give us a positive 10x. And then your inner terms, so your 3 and your x, which would give us 3x. And then your last terms, which would be your 3 and your 5, which would give us 15. Next, go ahead and combine your like terms here. Looking at this problem here would be our like terms. So when we do this, we get 2x squared plus 13x plus 15. Go ahead and pause the video and give example F a shot, multiplying these two binomials. Same concept, FOIL method. Did a little multiplication here for that first term there in blue. The next we'd go ahead and tackle here in red, multiply your 2 into 3a and your 2 into negative 4. When we do our multiplication, that's what we'd wind up with. Again, combine your like terms. Here's your like terms, so we wind up with 15a squared minus 14a minus 8. In G, example G, you're taking a binomial and multiplying into a trinomial. Again, go ahead and draw those arrows in there, showing that you're going to multiply into every single term over there. So you're going to multiply 3x into that first term, 2x squared, and we get 6x to the third power. Next, go ahead and multiply your next term, which would be your 3x into your 4x, which would give us 12x squared. 3x into negative 7 is negative 21x. Now go ahead and multiply negative 4 into all the terms over here. Negative 4 times 2x squared is negative 8x squared. We have negative 4 into 4x is negative 16x. And we have negative 4 into negative 7, which would be a positive 28. Go ahead and let's combine our like terms here. Well, we have 6x cubed would be first. Take care of that. Then we look at our x squareds. When we do that, we have 12x squared minus 8x squared. We get a positive 4x squared. We have negative 21x and a negative 16x, which is giving us negative 37x and plus 28. This now is in standard form, and this would be our answer. It doesn't say to put in standard form, but it helps to, especially with one term. It's pretty easy to do. Our last example, example H, we have a trinomial multiplied into a trinomial. So take our n squared, multiply everything over into this set here, and we would get 3n to the fourth n squared times negative 7. N is negative 7n cubed. N squared times 4 is a positive 4n squared. Our next, we're going to go ahead and multiply 3n into everything over in the trinomial, and we wind up with 9n cubed minus 21n squared and plus 12n. Last, distribute your negative 2 into everything in the trinomial, and we get negative 6n squared plus 14n minus 8. Next, go ahead, combine those like terms again. I'm going to start off with my greatest exponent here, and we have 3n to the fourth power. So I'm going to look for all my n to the thirds. There's my n to the third, n to the third. When I combine them, I end up with a positive 2n to the third. And look for the squareds. Those are all like terms. When I add them together, I get negative 23n squared. Look for my n's here. This is a positive 12n, a positive 14n, so I get a positive 26n. Last but not least, we have our 8, and that is a negative 8. In standard form, multiplying our two trinomials together, that's what we'd wind up with for our answer. This concludes Lesson 30, Multiplying Polynomials.